The SIMSONN Pro pedals and the SIMJACK UT pedals. Which is the best budget pedal set out of these two? Both are really good and I have reviewed both of these. Now if you're not familiar with my channel and you haven't seen either of those reviews, and if you want to find out more about these pedals, then check out my full reviews, as I will drop links below so you can check that out. But today I just want to answer that question about which one is the best out of the two, because both got glowing reviews, but one is better than the other. And when we take a close look at each individual pedal, you're going to see how similar they are. There is a point when things diverge and you'll find out that one pedal set is better than the other. Start off with the throttle pedals, and can you actually tell which brand is which? Because they look so similar. You got the same adjustment points, your gas springs, the same type of saddle at the back. And it's only until you kind of look deep into them you can see we got a slightly different angle adjustment frame on here, but in all other aspects everything's in the same position, same features, functions just the same height, same width, same type of mounting holes, obviously slightly different cut out there, but as you can see there's very little to choose between them and they do feel the same. So yeah, that's the SIMSONN ones, that's the SIMJACK ones. Both have nice bearings on there. The SIMJACK ones look a little bit more pronounced, maybe a little bit more beefy, but these are absolutely fine. There's no side-to-side play on either of these pedal sets. But look at the pedal faces. Again, even the sort of size of them, the dimensions are almost identical. Not absolutely perfect, but kind of close. We do have an advantage with the SIMJACKs here. They do have these extra countersunk holes, so the pedal face can be moved up and down, where they're sort of just stuck in place on that one. Same for all the pedals as well. You know, you can height adjust the pedal faces on the SIMJACKs, but not on the SIMSONNs. But you know, when you're using these pedals, they basically feel identical. So performance, features are absolutely the same. And with the clutch pedals, you can see they are again almost identical, bar some minor detailing. But otherwise you got the same height, the same features, same adjustment points. And pushing into them, they feel pretty much identical. And finally the brake pedals, and again you can see very similar. You know, everything is in the same sort of place with some really minor differences, but otherwise kind of doing the same thing. Now there is a difference here with the SIMJACK brake pedal. That plate there mounts the load cell to the frame, and you can see there's also a plate there, and you can see how thick it is compared to that plate there. Now if we take a look at the SIMSONN brake pedal, you can see that mounting plate is thinner than on this one, so they have reinforced it, and that's to do with these elastomers. Since that's something you can tell immediately, there is a difference in these elastomer stacks, and they are thicker on the SIMJACK pedals over the SIMSONN Pro pedals. Now if I take one of these random selections of elastomers, you can see there is a massive difference between the height and also the thickness of these elastomers. So the selection of elastomers we have with the SIMJACK UT pedals, those ones are 60 Shore, those are 80, the green ones, and 90 for the blue ones. And those are super stiff. I mean, I'm trying to crush them, but absolutely nothing there. A little bit more give on that one, but still very firm. Installed on the SIMSONN brake pedal, I have the 70 Shore elastomers, along with their strongest spring here. You get a nice selection of different springs, so it's entirely up to your preference of which spring you want to use here. I liked this setup, which is basically the firmest resistance out of the whole selection here. Now when it comes to the elastomers, well, these are not so great. It's especially so with these ones, which are the 30 Shore elastomers. I mean, I can crush them easily between my fingers here, and these are simply not usable. No one can use them. I guarantee it that whoever buys this pedal set will never use these elastomers. You can try them, but they are simply useless. Under your foot, they'll just collapse so easily. They're turned inside out. These things are very frail. When it comes to these ones, the red ones, I think these are unspecified, the Shaw rating on their product page. I would say they're probably around 50, and they're kind of on the cusp of being too soft for me. You might be able to make use of them, but again, I think these are not quite there. And the chances are you're going to go straight to these black ones, the 70 Shaw ones. So in my mind, the only usable pieces with this brake pedal are these elastomers and these springs. Maybe not that spring, that's not great, but the other ones might be okay. And I would suspect that most people would end up going with the setup I'm showing you here. What you're seeking from a load cell brake pedal is consistency, and every time you're pushing a certain amount of force into the brake pedal, that's replicated by how much braking is put into the car. It becomes very intuitive. Whether it's light or heavy braking, you just get, you just feel very connected with the car itself, and you're not even thinking about what you're doing with the brake pedal. It just becomes, very easy to work with. Now with both of these brake pedals, I'm getting that result. Now it doesn't need to be the best feeling brake pedal to get that response from the pedal itself. Now when it comes to which is the best feeling brake pedal, it's definitely this one due to these elastomers. These are better elastomers than these. Now I get the same amount of consistency out of both pedals, and I'm absolutely fine with this, but I prefer the feeling of this. So that's why this is a better brake pedal than this one. Now if I was to take these elastomers and put it on this pedal set, it'd feel like this pedal, and likewise if I put these on there, it'd feel like this pedal, and it's all down to the materials of these elastomers. In addition, these SIMJACK elastomers are going to be more durable because they are more substantial, so that is certainly a selling point. On this side, you can basically get rid of this lot here, and the usable elements are what we have here, so the 4 different springs and those 70 Shaw elastomers. So yeah, you are kind of getting extra stuff with the SIMSONN Pro brake pedal, but a lot of it is actually throwaway stuff that you simply can't use. But yeah, so between the two, these are all usable pieces, where with the SIMSONN Pro pedals, not quite the same. We're not quite done, but we're almost there. So what we have here are the controller boxes for the respective pedals, Simsonn, SIMJACK. Now, coming off the end of this Simsonn controller board is a ground wire. Now, this one is more susceptible to EMI issues than the SIMJACK controller box, which is why we have this ground wire. In my review for both these pedal sets, I do test for EMI on both these pedal sets. Hello SimCat. And I was able to replicate an issue with the Simsonn controller box, which was fixed by using this ground wire. With the SIMJACK controller box, absolutely solid, no issues whatsoever regarding EMI. So certainly the SIMJACK controller box has an advantage. Hey SimCat, look at that. Stick that in your face. What do you reckon? Sharing many qualities, but where it counts is the polish, and the polish is in these elements here, the controller box and also the elastomers. So there you have it. But yeah, SIMSONN Pro pedals are really good, but the SIMJACK UT pedals take the win.